And I don't know about this hurricane coming. Within a moment's notice, the monsoon started up again. That was another rough night after a rough day of preparations, and I still have so much more to do to prepare for Elsa coming. Right now, this looks like it's the calm before the storm. But Levy County, yeah, Levy County, I am in Levy County, is already under a state of emergency. I'm not sure what's appropriate during hurricane season. I'm hoping blue and white. Yeah, I'm going with the swimming trunks. I think this is going to be more than appropriate this week. I ain't planning on changing either. Good news, I got the entire awning cleaned up and all rolled up. Okay, so it's all in. Look at that, there's a little tiny tree frog. We get little tiny tree frogs out here and they don't go away. There's one, they're usually out here peeping all night. So the awning is safe, that won't rip off. I still have to pull the camper out there, but before I do, I've got a lot of things that I gotta prep. We're gonna have to take things from inside the camper and put them inside the house. This is where my shelter is gonna be for tonight with the storm coming. George loves telling people I sleep with way too many pillows. Let's see, there's 1, 2, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pillows. Hi everybody! 7 pillows. They're gonna get set up inside Camp Hale's on the couch, just like when the guys are here. Regardless of whether it is or not, I feel like this will be the safer place for me to actually hunker down for the night. Now, the benefit of being right here on the couch in the house isn't the security of the house, because the house isn't secure. The house is gonna fall over. But it has been here for quite some time and it hasn't fallen over yet. The biggest benefit, look at that, extra pillows. I've got shelter, I gotta have water, and I just filled up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Gatorade bottles. Everybody always asks, Jeremy, what flavor Gatorade do you drink? I don't. I usually just make a drink mix just like this. So you get lemonade, and then George likes to mix in cherries, strawberries, those are the ones I don't like. I need grape and orange. And then she bought this blueberry, which I have not drunk because is horrible as well, but it looks like, I mean, that's what we're gonna have to have. My urologist told me get as much citric acid as I possibly can through drink mixes. That's why you always see me drinking Gatorade. I still have water currently. That's right now. That doesn't mean I'll have it tomorrow morning. So 7, I'm hoping is gonna do me well. Food, we better check, and you know what? I better go to the Walmart. We're running out of apples. That's about 2 days worth. More importantly, okay, yeah, we're good. I can survive this hurricane. Camp Hale's, I hope we make it through all of this. Now that I've got my shelter, food, and water, I have to take care of the animals. Now, I'm gonna tell you point blank, the animals aren't my biggest priority right now. That's not my biggest priority. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you what my biggest priority is in just a moment. I just received a message, an emergency alert. I'm gonna show it to you right here. Storm surge, flooding. You know what? Let's take a look at the flooding map here on the property as well. Remember that survey I paid for? I told everybody it was $5,800. It was actually $6,200. I was wrong. That's still safe. Today, when we let the animals out, both the chickens, the ducks, and the pigs over there, they will stay out. Established 2021. I hope it makes it through. Last night, I put all the ducks in here as well. So everybody is gonna get come out this morning. Everybody. Everybody's coming out. Okay, now this is our chance to go in and check things out. See how things are doing up here. Usually, oh, there's an egg. And look at that, we got another visitor in Georgia's chicken coop. Where's it going? There it is. Look at how effortlessly they climb. That's another rat snake. Looking for high ground, getting away from the storm surge. And I mean, let's be honest, looking for a meal as well. Here's what we're gonna do. See that bungee? That bungee is going there, and this shelter will stay open the entire time for the chickens in case they need to come in, go out, come in, go out, and then they'll have the opportunity to find shelter other places. Remember, they're roosting animals. So they'll roost, they'll fly up there. They'll fly up on top of the pole barn. They'll fly, there's times they're roosting up here. So they can roost anywhere, and this whole area will be open for them as well. A lot of times they just like to roost up in here. I haven't fixed the side panel of the gator yet. It's the least of my concerns right now. My concern right now, getting the animals fed, getting the animals out, and saving the most important thing here on the property. And no, that's not me. Hi, babies. Hi, babies. I gotta run some more water for your wallowing hole, huh? This is their wallowing hole right here. So it's right next to their water. And then they go to the bathroom back there. And night time, that's right back in there. Okay, so we've got watermelons. We still have watermelons from the melon lady Mimi. I'm gonna go ahead, give them more melons. We're gonna open their gate. They'll have free access. They come back every night anyway. Let's get them fed. Let's see how they're doing. They do love melons, almost as much as I love melons. Probably not quite as much. Look, Nancy and Chicken Nugget gotta come right in. I see you, burnt bacon. Dig in, bacon bits. That's it, beauty, you dig right in. So they're having the time of their lives. Now I gave them some extra melons. And the reason why, look at them go. They're eating like pigs, which obviously that's, no, don't put your snout in there. That's where the whole phrase came from. So I gave them extra melons just in case if I get too much flooding. And then that way they're gonna be able to go out and forage. Remember, they're wild animals. Every animal is a wild animal. God created them to self-sustain. He didn't create man to actually pen them up. And that's why I believe in free range with the animals. So I let them have free range, whether they're chickens, ducks, or pigs. They have free range. I love them. I want to have them. But I also recognize that God created them to be self-sustaining without my help. But I'm doing what I can to help them because God also created them for us to enjoy them. Somebody here isn't so sure that the hogs aren't wild. She's hanging out on the outside. And then the others, they're digging in. They're all digging in. Look at all the new branches that have just fallen down last night. That's not even the 70-mile-an-hour winds that are coming. Right there, you see that? There, that's this tree. That tree is the same as that tree. And that's why the camper, this is the small stuff, like right over here. That's why the camper absolutely has to be moved, and that's no small job. This is the survey of the property. 70 acres, right here, right in here, right in here. That was Brian and Tina's fence line argument. That was Michael's mom's fence line argument. This is the important part right here. Most of the property, federal flood zone A, special flood hazard area, subject to inundation by the 1% annual chance of flood. Base flood elevations not determined by FEMA. Over here, this is a zone X, outside the 0.2% annual flood zone. So most of it is flood zone A, right? Right in through here, right in. This is the cell tower. This is the pole barn, the house, chicken coops right there. It's these areas that I think flood zone X, we have 2 flood zone X's in there. I don't know if these are more susceptible to flooding with it being X, or this is more susceptible. I'm guessing all of this is more susceptible, that this is the drier areas, and this is right where we wanted to put the warehouse, and then the house is gonna go right up here. We've got to head up to one of the most important places on the property, because this is the thing that I need to save. By the way, new update. Elsa is headed for Cedar Key. Cedar Key is 10 minutes west of me. I'm 10 minutes from the Gulf. This is getting crazy. The storm isn't the actual biggest threat. It's what's called storm surges. You know what? We're headed to Cedar Key. We're gonna go see what the Gulf is doing, but first, we have to undoubtedly, we have to save the most important part of the property. No hurricane preparations would be complete without saving priceless art. So what I did, went out to Walmart yesterday, but everybody else was buying generators and chainsaws and gasoline tanks and you name it, batteries and flashlights. Me, I'm about to save the art. With 4 to 5 foot storm surges forecasted in our area here, that's perfect. There's only one thing I wanted to save more than anything else, and bam, there it is. It's gonna be underwater, but hopefully it floats. We're gonna head over to Cedar Key. We're gonna go see what the Gulf is doing now. I'm no stranger to bad weather on water. Remember, I grew up in Ohio on Lake Erie. My first job was a speedboat driver. As a matter of fact, we had all kinds of crazy weather. You know tornadoes. Well, on the water, a body of water, that's called a water spout. There was one point in time I was actually stuck right next to a water spout in a sailboat with an anchor just spinning and spinning and spinning with a stuck mast. That mast had a mechanical failure. The mast would not come down. 40 foot up in the air, lightning striking all over the lake. I literally, at the age of 16, was watching lightning strike everywhere around me and praying to God that it would not strike me. And by God's grace and mercy, I'm still here today. If we're lucky, maybe the hurricane will remove all this garbage from the neighbors and send it on over to the dump. Driving into Cedar Key, the very first thing you see, there is a storm warning in effect. Let's go look at the actual water. I just made it out to Cedar Key. This is the Gulf right out here. It's already pretty turbulent. This is the highest I've ever seen the water ever. That felt pretty good. We're gonna have to go talk about what a storm surge is and the power of a storm surge and why the storm isn't the biggest danger. The surge is the biggest danger of Camp Hale's, the property in Otter Creek. It's definitely a coming. You can see damage from previous storms right here. Oh, that's not the only damage though. Let's go out on the Cedar Key pier, the dock, where people are usually fishing nonstop, but right now the only ones fishing, those are the birds. Storm surge. What's a storm surge? Well, we all know high tide, we all know low tide, right? When that storm or that tropical depression or that hurricane comes in, obviously like a vacuum, it sucks up all that water, and it also pushes, and it pushes so much water. You see that right there? That is a key island. That used to be the bulk of Cedar Key until a hurricane came in and separated that key from everything else. That key right there has a cemetery, remnants of an old pencil factory. There's all kinds of things out there. They've turned it into a state park even. Because of a hurricane, that key is now inaccessible from this key. So they rebuilt Cedar Key right here. Storm surge, think of the storm surge simply as this, that high tide gets even higher. Right now, the forecast in my area is 5 to 7 feet. based on some kind of measuring unit that I'm not familiar with personally. I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna swim, but I don't swim. I only doggy paddle. Mr. Pelican, can you give me any pointers? What should I be doing in preparation? Because you just look completely and totally chill. Is there anything I should be focused on? Yes? Uh-huh. What should I be doing? If I could fly and if I could swim like you, I probably wouldn't be so concerned. You all just chill there. This is just some of the destruction from the last storm. Who the Hales knows what's gonna happen this time? Time to get back to the truck, back to the ranch. We've got more preparations. We got a lot of things that gotta be done. I think the truck got a little bit of a bath. Not a bad thing. To make a trip back to Walmart, I've got to get some flavors that I want. Orange, grape, you know what? I'm just gonna take all of these. There we go. And I think I'm gonna take, yeah, I am, all of these as well. Florida hurricane preparation. Look at this, chainsaws. We got generators, all batteries, flashlights, the whole deal. Necessities, you gotta have the candy, and I guess we're gonna have another gas shortage because everybody's gonna buy it all. It's beyond crazy. It's even more chaotic in Walmart right now than it is gonna be during the storm, when the storm brings all the chaos, but I got the necessities. Lay's chips. I should have known better than to get chips. I should have been eating healthier. Like a fool, I went and tried to eat driving. I put it right there in the cup holder. Not made for cups, and bam, poured all out right there. At least I still got apples, right? Now, the other thing we need to do, look at here. We are on E. We're on E. We've got to fill the truck up. We have to fill the truck up with diesel. We have to, because we may have to get out of here in a hurry. It might seem a little crazy to you, maybe even a little odd, but everything I have here in Florida, every vehicle runs off of diesel. This is a 500-gallon diesel tank. While everybody else is out worried about gas, I pump my own diesel into every piece of equipment I have, including my trucks. As with most things in my life, you probably guessed, everything being diesel is by design. I just got new updates. The biggest storm surges are coming at 2 a.m., 4 a.m. tonight here in Levy County off of Cedar Key. I gotta get the camp removed, but look at that. Not only do I have to get the camp removed, everything on this house is broken, like literally everything. I gotta try and get everything that doesn't work, like these windows, to somehow close as well. No idea why this window won't work. The turner definitely doesn't work. I gotta get it closed. Somehow, some way, even if we have to break it even more just to close it. Let's head outside. You know what the worst part of this is? The thing will not flush. The leach bed is overflowing with floodwaters. It's blocked. Let's see. See, even if I do that, it's catching on something, and I don't know what. It's catching somewhere on something, and I need it to completely and totally seal, because, oh, you know what? There you go. Those are hurricane doors. Okay. And I'm gonna assume, yep. Okay, here we go. These are, bam, there we go. One more thing down. Just got more new projections. Look at this here. There are latches on all the screened in porch doors too. Newest projections, 70+ mile-an-hour winds. That is like 4 miles an hour away from a Category 1. We have a hurricane. Anybody who goes, this is just a tropical storm, Jeremy? No, we have a hurricane. All right, now I know what all of these latches on everything is for. That's for the hurricane. We're secure there. There's no doubt the hurricane is coming. I don't think I'm getting any sleep tonight. Last thing, we gotta move this camper. I just gave the chickens one more real big meal just to make sure we don't become a meal if anything happens. I mean, there's stuff everywhere. I mean, it is literally everywhere. There's no place here on the property you can't go where there's protection. Let's go get the camper protected now. I've got stabilizers all over the camper. There, all the way over there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna retract them all. I'm just gonna retract everything, lift, pull forward in hopes of just, honestly, just backing right back up, hoping to back right back up once the storm is done and set everything right there on it again. The reason I want the camper right where it is when I put it back is because I lined it up to go out the camper door to go in the house door, and I want it that way. Again, we had a little overhang there, and then I had the whole canopy overhang, and we were protected from the elements. Because I'm fairly lazy, or maybe I'm a really hard worker, but I like to do things smarter, I'm just gonna take a Sharpie and I'm actually going to mark the level right on the edge so that when I back up, because I gotta take this up to get it off of here, but when I put it right back down, I don't want to have to level the trailer. I just want that mark to tell me where it's at. This storm is just hours away. Most businesses, except for Walmart, have already sent all their employees home. This is where I turn my water off. That's feeding the camper right now. All right, let's go find it over on the camper. We'll have to relieve all that pressure. It's around the other side. I'm just gonna leave that filter there, that's gonna stay. I'm gonna leave the hose there too. And yeah, we're almost there, It goes in up here. There's where the hose goes in. That's all of our fresh water. And what we'll have to do, we'll take this right here and then watch this. We'll just turn it on and then all that pressure will go out. We'll do hot water too, just in case. See that there? Yeah, okay. And now what I can do is I can actually unhook that hose. Next step is power. We're literally hours away from the sky just getting ferocious on us here. Babies. What babies? They just came running. All right, now here's what we gotta do. We gotta drop the camper onto the truck just like this, and then we'll be able to pull it. I think the pigs sense it's coming. Right, babies? You sense it? I know you do. As soon as that weight gets off there, so close, we'll be ready to just pull forward. There it goes, right like that. Yep, we got it lifted. We're gonna get it out of the way, and in just hours, me and the pigs, we're gonna see if we can survive this. We're pulling the trailer forward. This thing has not moved from this spot. Jeez, I don't know, when did we get on the property? February, March, April, June, July. And all I'm gonna do, I'm pulling forward right now. I'm just gonna get into a position which I think is safe. The truck will definitely be underwater. This whole area here by the shelling tree will be flooded within a matter of hours. And this yard will turn into a lake. But at least we're protecting the camper, and I think we're far enough away to alleviate any damage. Now all we can do is wait. I'll be giving you updates on the hour once the storm reaches here. It's coming any hour. Who the Hales knows what's gonna happen during this hurricane? It is beginning. Oh man! Oh man!